Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the one who says, "That is no moon."
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Star Realms: Rise of Empire. Now, if you're curious about our two-player perspective and accessibility, check out our other video, Rolling with Two: Star Realms: Rise of Empire. Sarah, start the scroll. Tell us what this is all about.
Rise of Empire is a prequel to the main Star Realms game. Through a 12-scenario, legacy-style campaign, players will permanently alter the market cards while tracking their battle wins and losses. Players will compete to achieve various objectives, earning them victory points. After the campaign is over, the altered market deck can be played by itself or combined with previous Star Realms content. And as an alternative to permanently altering the cards, you can buy the separate Infinite Replay pack or deck.
Yes.
Okay, Will.
Oh, and we also have a little Kickstarter exclusive extra campaign to stretch our campaign out to 13.
Correct.
11B.
11B. All right, Will. So why did we get this?
We are big fans of Star Realms, and we were intrigued with the concept of putting it in a campaign.
Agreed.
And being able to have a legacy game, but buy an Infinite Replay pack where we didn't have to deal with stickers.
Yep.
So we checked that out.
All right. So what do we like about this?
We like the fact that it thematically contextualizes the Star Realms game, because the Star Realms game is pretty much a head-to-head card game where you're just trying to blow the other person out of the sky, which is fun because it has some really great mechanisms, but there's very little meaning into why we're doing anything other than...
You may mechanically like one faction over another,
right,
but nothing that draws you in like thematically, like a story. You don't know really the difference between Trade Federation and the Blob. I mean, you do for the pictures
and what they kind of do. One's better on money, one's better at just blowing everything up.
Yeah.
So having that extra level of, well, this person is the Federation, this person is the Star Empire, this is why it matters to you.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much, that's about it. It's not deep story.
No, it's not deep, but considering the game, it's a fast, card game of, just a versus card game. But it adds enough thematics that you get invested because, like Will said, one player is always Star Empire for the whole campaign. So you start thinking of anything that's Star Empire related as yours. And when you win and you get that, I'm not going to say anything, again, we're going to try to avoid spoilers here. But when you get the little description that says about your win, or it's about your loss and it's about the other player's win, it feels impactful, even though it's not a lot of content, but it's just the right amount.
Yes.
And it feels like, to me, a really interesting thematic tournament, because there's a lot of different ways to play Star Realms. And the most simplest is best 2 out of 3, because there is randomness, and sometimes randomness doesn't go your way. But this is more engaging because it gives you that little bit of story, but you still get that tournament. But you get a bit more depth than just best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
We finished this in,
10 days?
10 days.
Yeah.
We did 13 games in 10 days.
Because we have the extra campaign.
Right. And it felt fantastic. We played it, I checked, every single day. One day we played one game, but one day we played twice. So it was this thing that we wanted to keep going back to it to finish it. And I feel like, give it some time, I want to play it again.
Right, and we can with the Infinite Replay pack.
Right.
Which we wouldn't be able to do with the sticker pack.
Right.
Because the sticker would permanently alter the game, and now you're just stuck in the present.
Right.
And you can't go back to the past.
No.
We gotta go back.
So about the Infinite Replay deck, we do really recommend it, just so that you can get that experience. If you're fine with legacy components, then maybe make your first play use the stickers and enjoy it.
Yeah, because the infinite replay will give you a reset of the base cards, so you can get back to the starting point, even if you played it with the stickers for the first play.
Yeah. So that is something we really feel good about. Also, we really like that this is a completely new deck. I mean, like, the only cards that are the same are the two Federation and Star Empire starting cards, right? Those two exist.
As far as I know, they don't.
They don't? Okay, so everything...
Scouts and Vipers do.
Okay, Scouts and Vipers. Okay, so everything else besides your Explorers, Scouts, and Vipers are brand new. But they use familiar mechanisms.
Yes.
From previous stuff.
This thing does damage. This thing lets you draw a card and discard a card. This thing lets you trash and scrap cards. This thing just combines and gives you this other ability.
Right. And why don't you talk about the acquired abilities?
Yeah, the neat thing is with the new factions, they'll have a when acquired ability, which is at the bottom of the card, and which gets covered up with a sticker when you decide to modify it. But when you buy it straight from the market, you get that when acquired ability, which could let you scrap cards, could give you more damage to deal on that turn, or let you draw and or discard right then and there on your turn, making those cards unmodified still very exciting.
Exactly. So yes, you want to modify them for the reasons of the campaign, but also to make them better. But sometimes having those base cards still in the mix really is it's a new engagement that we didn't have in others, or at least I don't think.
And I don't think this is much of a spoiler, but there is a post-game pack in there so that you're like, okay, I have gone through this campaign, I don't want to go through it again, but I want to keep this as my regular Star Realms experience. The post-game pack gives you a fresh copy of each of the cards, so you still have that when acquired ability still popping up in there.
Exactly. The authority dials are really fantastic. It's not something we've had previously, but there was a period where we kind of slowed down on buying new Star Realms content. In fact, when we backed this Kickstarter, we looked at what we had missed, and we'd missed almost 2 to 3 years worth of stuff. So we're still catching up, but what the Star Realms stuff we've played, we've never encountered these dials.
They go up to 199.
Yeah, much better than the cards or using percentile dice. So definitely recommend that if you like the concept of these for your Star Realms, see if they sell them separately, because they did for the Kickstarter.
Yeah, so they might actually have them separately.
Yeah.
Especially if you have enough that you're playing Star Realms with the multiplayer rule sets. Having these dials for all the player accounts is going to be a lot easier to handle.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything. So, what we don't like about the game, that board is unnecessary. It's
one of the contributing factors to why the fact we have to keep this box and can't actually combine it in the big giant box.
Yeah.
Even though we ended up buying dividers for the big other box, that board, the dials we could probably make it work.
We could probably fit.
But the envelopes as well make it so that we're just stuck with this box.
I guess if we're just going to play with the market deck for a while, we can just take the market deck, the 2 modified decks, and plop that in.
Right.
But then we'd still have to store this. There's just... The downside is the way they designed this, which is a great standalone packaging, don't get me wrong, but if you are also a big Star Realms fan and you are trying to condense your collection into the big box, you can't really.
This sticks around.
This sticks around because even if you're willing to throw away the board, I guess you'd have to be willing to throw away the envelopes and find a different way to store it, but some of those cards are not that much smaller than the envelopes. So it just still comes down to, this is the part we don't like, is we can't consolidate this into the big box.
Right.
Minor well, I wouldn't say minor, because this is a pretty big box. It takes up a lot of room for what should be a pretty small card game.
Yeah. Now you could put all the cards in the big box, but you still have to
store this somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, we wouldn't mix this with other content, other Star Realms content, because then you'd have 7 factions mixing together. Because there's 3 new ones here, and then you've got the 4 original ones. That would just really dilute the experience. So as much as they say you can mix this market deck with the others,
you can do a lot of things in this world that you shouldn't. So I think that's one thing you shouldn't.
Yeah, we don't really advise it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'd be a very good experience.
Right.
But that's everything. So who this is for? 2 players.
Yes, especially.
It could be very enjoyable for higher player counts. We don't know, but it is definitely for 2 players.
There are rules in this box that have for multiplayer.
Yes.
So you're not going to be left out without anything to do if you get this.
But I don't think it's for the campaign. It would just be for playing with the cards.
Right.
And you have to like head-to-head combat. I mean, if you've already played Star Realms, you know whether you like this or not, just if you've liked Star Realms. It's just this takes it to another level. And again, if you don't like legacy components like we don't, you don't want to modify things permanently, buy the replay deck. It is worth the investment to be able to replay it.
And not having to deal with stickers.
Right, and not having to deal with stickers. Because here's the other thing. Because it's a 2-player, best at 2 players, if you have a lot of people in your life who might enjoy this, having the replay deck is great, because then you and another player can play it, and then you can reset it and loan it off to 2 other people who can play it, and then they can reset it, and it can keep getting passed around till everyone enjoys, the campaign.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over our rating.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, add them together, and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what does Star Realms Rise of Empire roll for you?
It rolled a 6. I absolutely love this. I was invested. I wanted to keep playing, although not too much. I really did enjoy 2 games per night. That was like the amount that I wanted to play, but I was excited to play it the next day. It's the fastest campaign we've ever gotten through. It's the first time I've wanted to go through the campaign again at some point. We even played with the market deck post-campaign as just a normal Star Realms, and we even traded decks, or starter decks. So I was Trade Federation for our campaign, and he was Star, and we switched so we could experience a little bit.
And I crushed you.
Yeah, you still crushed me. But it was enjoyable. This is probably one of the first ones where they say you can play this game post-campaign, and you can truly play it post-campaign.
Yeah, without you feeling like you're missing something major, because that's usually the problem with a big legacy game, is the thing that made it a legacy in the first place, well, it's no longer part of the post-game, so therefore it feels like it's missing a huge part of it. At some point, that part's coming to the end, and you're still playing the campaign, so you're not missing it when it's gone.
It's because they added upgrading your cards as an additional part to actions you already take. And because of that, when you no longer want to or can't upgrade any cards because you've upgraded your maximum capacity for the whole campaign, you still play the game, and it's still highly enjoyable. So that's why it works as a post-campaign deck.
Yes.
So, I was really invested in playing the Trade Federation with my big mighty money.
and damage.
And defense, or healing. The healing part. The fact that I could keep healing the authority.
Yeah.
So, yes, can't recommend it more. What
Yes.
about you?
6. Yes, it was a game where I was invested in the campaign, want to play the campaign more. A lot of times when I play a campaign game, I get kind of tired.
Yeah.
Because it's the same over and over and over again. Yeah, there are changes, but this one flew by.
Oh, it did.
To the point where it's like, oh, it's over?
Fastest 10 days ever.
And I'm so glad that we have this infinite replay pack so that we can actually reset to play that experience again and make choices, see different people's
things.
fall, different empires rise, and see what happens.
Agreed.
So 12 out of 12, absolutely fantastic. We do admittedly love Star Realms, and this is still above that because we had so much hype coming into it. It's sometimes hard to compare something we really, really like and say that this game is just that good, but this one is.
Well, and also we had actually fallen off playing Star Realms a bit because we had gotten tired of it.
Yeah.
This rekindled our love of Star Realms. It's also a product that I can highly recommend to someone who's never played Star Realms, and also to fans of Star Realms who've played it for a really long time. It's one of those great products that I think is really good for a wide range of people. I mean, I think the only thing would be is if you really don't like playing the same thing over and over again. But, I mean, then why would you play board games? But anyways, that's a you problem.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
So anyways, highly, highly recommend, and very glad we got it. And we're able to catch up on the other content we had missed out on.
Because a lot of them were out of print.
Yeah, a lot of them were really out of print.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And now that we know where the Star Empire and the Federation come from, what do you think about if they tell us where, like, the Mechana come from, but they don't necessarily have to do a card game?
You'd think they'd actually do something completely new?
Yeah, like a worker placement game.
Well, that would make sense with the robots and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do
you think it's time for them to expand the IP beyond being a card game?
I don't know. They've dialed this in so much. Although, admittedly, at certain points, they've also bloated this too much. I don't know, because it's hard to recommend it since we've seen other IPs like this spin off into other game types and have not been successful.
Right.
So I'm a bit cautious. Because a lot of people don't like to make that change.
Yeah, but I'm also curious to see what these designers can do, stretch their designer muscles, because I think they've figured out this style of games so well that now chopping them just becomes this monumental effort to try to get over this big mountain that they've built for themselves.
I think the thing is, if they were to go somewhere and do some other type of game, they would still need to make sure it's as streamlined, fast, and approachable.
Right.
Because I think people moving from this to something else would want that kind of experience still. So if they went and made a heavyweight worker placement engine building game, I think that might throw people off, for example. I mean, definitely don't go into minis. Although, with all the cool artwork that they do, I'm sure people would love minis in the Star Realms universe too. So I don't know. They could do a tactical game. It wouldn't appeal to me.
Right.
But do a fast-paced tactical combat with
Because what happens
miniatures
on the planets?
Yeah. I don't know. I love Star Realms so much as it is. I would be very nervous about trying something new, but
I would still look at it.
I would still look at it. Yes. I would.
All right. And we've been Rolling with Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two. That's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.